G'day viewers, well I've finally got this old motor apart. As you can see here, see this? We can't have that. Not with a VFD, that causes damage, and these will actually vibrate together and short. These old motors is exactly why you can't run them off a VFD, because that vibrating will cause it to arc through and wear the insulation off. So to fix that, I'm going to have to coat all that in wood varnish and soak it so it penetrates deep into the winding, so that they're one solid piece. And when it dries, I might give it a couple of coats so that none of those individual wires move at all. They cannot move. As you can see there, yeah. It's been alright for 50 years. It hasn't vibrated through on 50 Hz frequency, but when you're running on higher frequencies like off a VFD, these will rub through and they'll move kind of like that, like a voice call, so to speak. So yeah, I've got to fix that. There's a bit of wood missing out of this one. See, there's bits of wood here. What these actually are is those big cake skewers. They look like big cake skewers, so I'm going to have to find something to go in here to replace that one, or put something else in there. It's completely gone. I can't find it. It's missing altogether. That's the only one that's missing. Yeah, they're bamboo skewers. They're hammered into the windings. I have to find something else to go in there. Maybe yeah, I don't have to fix that because that's not going to hold in place. You can see here we've got some rust damage. Damn it, that's not too bad. See how the shape of the windings is an angle? These old ones are squirrel cage. These are on an angle. They don't really make motors like that anymore. You just go straight, parallel. Nice straight laminations. And the rotors are usually this long now in a 2 horsepower motor. One that's this old, they're narrower and they're like twisted like that in a squirrel cage design. Before I go any further, I'm going to mark this a front and this one back bell housing, so I don't get it back. So when I put it back together, it'll be the right way around again. As you can see, all this is going to have to be cleaned off. In there, I'm going to have to get in there and clean all that out. Let's come off, see? Yeah, I have to give this a really good clean, I think, before I can start varnishing it. Anyway, to get these bloody screws out, I got the renovator going and the metal cutter and just cut the slot deeper. And I got the hammer and this old screwdriver with no handle and pounded it flat to break the screws loose. And slowly, each individual one started to undo. Alright. Let's get this motor out of here. It's making a hell of a mess. I have to get this thing cleaned up. Before I do that, I'm going to have to mark my bell housing, so I put the motor back together the right way. What are these bearings? They've been made in Australia, these ball bearings. You haven't seen that in nearly 40 years now. Bearings made in Australia. There's still grease in them. They're a bit noisy, see? No play though. No play at all, it's good. They'll come up, I'll have to wash them out and put new grease in those bearings. You can see the old grease, a bit of a brass thing in there. Alright, let's give this thing a really good clean. Get the vacuum cleaner actually, that'll help. Alright, she's all cleaned up, I've got all the holes cleaned out, all the dirt's out. Having a compressed turbo be a bloody good asset right now. I can't bump these too much, I just can't afford it. Because that is slot insulation that peels off inside, that's it, it's gone. Alright, give them a good soaking in this now. Carefully brushing the windings and getting all the crap sucked out has got them all cleaned. There's a pin down there that goes sideways like that. You pull out and this rotor comes out. But I don't want to damage it, so I'm going to coat it as it is with varnish. I've got all the dirt out of the windings as much as I can. It's going to get a coating with this now. As you can see there. Filthy. So you just got to be careful. It's really nice to pull this whole winding assembly out. Just stay it out and just soak it in a bucket of friggin' wood varnish. Let it soak in. But I can't get it out. So it's staying like that. The paintbrush method will be good enough. The paintbrush method will do. Alright, let's start this is clear polyurethane, by the way. Highly durable, hard wearing and fast drying water based varnish. I'm going to keep putting several coats on it too. It's good stuff. Used it in the past. Oh, look at that, eh? Nice, good soaking. And this stuff does get rid of heat good too, I've found. So it won't trap heat, so it's good stuff. You see, you got it nice and soaked in there. That'll boost the insulation of this motor winding to pretty much almost to today's standards, actually. Since I'm only going to run this thing off a VFD most of the time, I've got to bring it to a proper standard, so it doesn't get damaged and the windings don't get shorted from vibrations and frequencies. They're all soaked in some 5.56 CRC. That'll protect and get the screws nice and freed up, and I put it back together. Clean those up, clean the grease up, redo those bearings for new grease, and should be it. Now, touch dries in 30 minutes, recoat every 2 hours. Flight working temperature is below 10 degrees, it's not that cold, so it's right. Alright. Just keep lightly putting it in, and we'll be done. That'll protect this motor for another 50 years. Alright. Looking good. Looking good. That ought to provide really good insulation now. Did I inspect the insulation on this one? It's not specified. But it should be closer, a lot closer to today's standards now, so it's good. It's one thing the modern electric motors are good. They've got good insulation. I'm going to bring this one to that standard at least. This will be a bloody good motor then. Yeah, there we go, it's all soaked in. Once it all dries, I'll scrape off the excess around the outside so it looks neat. That'll come off. Pick off the bits where I don't want it. It's all nice and soaked now. That's not going to move. I'll let that come back tomorrow. And we'll see how those windings are. Hopefully they'll not be moving. You see how they insulated them before, so between them they use this canvas substrate like paper. But yeah, see there's loose windings like that. They didn't really use string on the back half, only on the front. Because it's probably, I think these are done by hand wound I think these were, that's why. Modern ones are done by a machine now, and they're so much more tighter on a modern motor. They're wound so tight and strung up, and it's all under tension, and it's just soaked in a vacuum chamber in hot varnish. Then that releases the vacuum, and the Earth's atmosphere forces a varnish deep within the windings, even right inside here. They never used that technique back then. Never technology. Yeah, I'm going to find a wood skewer. At the show, the Majura show, they have these stalls that sell Dagwood dogs, like hot battered sausages. Those things there are the ideal source to get these bits of wood from, because they have skewers that thick that they supply with when you eat them. So one of those would be ideal. I could hammer in there to replace one of them. Made out of the same wood too, bamboo. If I could find one of those, I think I hammer that in there. I'll deal with this rust a bit later. I may put a bit of rust converter on it. Yeah, as you can see, these motors were not waterproof. These older ones were definitely supposed to be for indoor machinery. Modern ones are all sealed now. These motor bearings need a good repack of grease and rewash, wash them out and blow them out and put new grease in those, and they'll be good. Clean up that rotor and the fan, give it a bit of a paint job when it's all done. Beautiful, look at that. Looking good. Okay viewers, that'll be enough for now. Thanks for watching.